Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me once again. I want to drop a quick word on you on today, and it is don't deviate from the plan. Um, there's one thing that will push us from deviating from the plan that God gives us, and that thing is impatience, being impatient. Now, there's a few things that can make you impatient. Three things that I've identified for me that makes me impatient is seeing lack in areas, um, being tired, not getting enough rest, and also being sick. Those three things a lot of times will push me to be impatient. And so those things will push me to be impatient, and impatient pushes me to deviate from the plan. But the word on today is don't deviate from the plan. God has given us a plan. He has a plan for our lives. Jeremiah 29:11 says he knows the thoughts and the plans he has and things toward us. And so God has this plan already set in place. A lot of times we don't follow that plan because we hadn't asked him what the plan was. A few weeks ago, I was frustrated with some things. I asked God, what's the plan? God gave me the plan. I started to deviate from that plan and started to look at other options, try to move in different ways. Those doors were closed because the word for me was don't deviate from the plan. And I want to tell you on today, don't deviate from the plan that God has given you, because in the plan that God has given you, there's going to be purpose, there's going to be fulfillment, there's going to be life, abundance. Everything that you need is in the plan that God has given you. Don't deviate from the plan. I think about Adam in the book of Genesis. God gave him a plan. He said you can roam, you can do what you want to do within these confines, but don't eat of this one particular tree. But other than that, you can have your way. And so, of course, a lot of times when God gives us directives, the enemy wants to illuminate those things in those areas and those directions that we should not walk in and we should not go in. And he makes those things look more appealing. And so we have to make sure that we stay focused on that plan. And so that means getting proper rest. That means taking care of our health. And that means trusting God for the things that we feel like we lack in. Now, I'm reflecting back on those things that make me impatient and make me want to deviate from the plan. But one of the biggest things we need to make sure that we do is get the proper rest that we need. I know a lot of people say, I ain't got time, X, Y, and Z. The way that you treat your body will reflect. Have you not noticed that a lot of times if you don't get rest, you're grumpy, you don't make good decisions, you're very cliquey, you're very impatient. Those things continue to wear on you. So let's make sure that we're taking care of our mental health. It is God's will for you to be in good health and to prosper, even as your soul prospers. So on today, I want to tell you, don't deviate from the plan. Yep, it may look like it's tough. It may look like it's not going to work out. You may not have all of the details, but don't deviate from the plan. One other person I'm thinking about is Abraham. God gave Abraham a plan. It was not a clear and concise plan, but it was a plan. And it was a plan that didn't show all of the details, but Abraham obeyed God. And as a result of Abraham obeying God, God was able to bless him. God was able to spare what looked like would have been the death of his son. And I tell you, when we don't deviate from the plan, we not only can save our lives, but we can save our families' lives by being obedient, by being in the right position, by being in the right place, by not deviating from what God has determined for us to walk in. Love y'all. Be blessed. Have a great weekend in Jesus' name.